Ryder Cup 2025 live highlights, Day 2 scores, foursomes pairings. Europe aims to build on their 2025 advantage after seizing a 5.5 to 2.5 lead over USA following Day 1 at Bethpage Black. https://www.co.uk/sport-golf Ryder Cup 2025 scheduled tee times. Luke Donald, independent.co.uk/topic. Luke Donald nailed his combinations in pursuit of a historic away victory in New York with Jon Rahm, https://uk/Jon Rahm, the star for the away team after wins in both foursomes with Tyrrell Hatton and fourballs with Sepp Straka. While Rory McIlroy delivered a masterclass in foursomes, www.independent.o.uk/sportgolf Ryder Cup Europe B283450.html before being caught in an apparent spat with an American fan. https://independent.o.uk/sportgolf Rory McIlroy Ryder Cup fan USA Europe Bethpage Black.b283471 html during fourballs. President Donald Trump, independent.co.uk/topic/Donald Trump, appeared before the afternoon fourballs, rallying the crowd and inspiring Bryson DeChambeau on the first tee box. But Captain Keegan Bradley, https://independent.co.uk/topic/Keegan Bradley, side have a major hole after Day 1, with Scottie Scheffler struggling to replicate his stunning form in individual tournaments, which has established him as the best player in the world. Follow all the build-up to Saturday's foursomes, plus reaction to Day 1 as Europe and USA resume their fierce rivalry. Around 15 minutes away from the start of the action today, with Bryson DeChambeau and Cameron Young the first to tee off in their match against Matt Fitzpatrick and Ludvig Aberg. Here's a reminder of the morning matches. 7:10 a.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. BST. Bryson DeChambeau 251, Cameron Young 100, Matt Fitzpatrick 270, Ludvig Aberg 330. 7:26 a.m. Eastern, 12:26 p.m. BST, Colin Morikawa, Harris English 130 versus Rory McIlroy 17-13-5, Tommy Fleetwood 932. 7:42 a.m. Eastern, 12:42 p.m. BST, Xander Schauffele 540. Patrick Cantlay 622 versus Jon Rahm 833, Tyrrell Hatton 642. 7:58 a.m. Eastern, 12:58 p.m. BST, Scottie Scheffler 243, Russell Henley 010 versus Bob McIntyre 211, Victor Hovland 353. Chris Wilson 27 September 2025, 11:56. Donald hails McIlroy and Rahm after Day 1. European captain Luke Donald, https://uk.co.uk, hailed his big guns Jon Rahm and Rory McIlroy after his side made a superb start to the 45th Ryder Cup. Rahm helped secure 2 of those points as he went out first in both sessions, and world number 2 McIlroy delivered 1.5. Donald said they were massive. I don't think Jon has lost in a team in fourballs or foursomes since Paris in 2018. He continued, Rory is slightly more vocal in the team room. Rory's talked about what the Ryder Cup means and how much he relishes the opportunity to hopefully be on winning teams. He's made it quite clear that one of his big goals was to win an away Ryder Cup again, and he played fantastic golf today. Chris Wilson, 27th September 2025, 11:46. Luke Donald says flying start meaningless without Ryder Cup win. European captain Luke Donald, https://www.independent.co, insists making history on Day 1 will count for little if his team do not go on to win the Ryder Cup. Donald's side made a stunning start at Bethpage Black, https://Bethpage Black on Friday, winning the first two sessions to open up a 5.5 to 2.5 lead over the United States. They took the first 3 points of the day in the foursomes, the first time they have achieved such a feat in an away encounter. Chris Wilson, 27 September 2025, 11:40. Ryder Cup 2025 Day 1 Highlights. Chris Wilson, 27 September 2025, 11:34. Day 2 Weather. It's not set to be as sunny as yesterday at Bethpage Black, but the forecast says the rain should stay away as Saturday's action begins. Sunday's forecast is similar to Friday's, with plenty of sun expected as the tournament comes to an end. What effect, if any, will the weather have on the outcome of today's matches? Chris Wilson, 27 September 2025, 11:29. Inside Bethpage Black, aka The Beast, the notorious New York course hosting the Ryder Cup. About a year ago, Luke Donald, https://www.independent.co.uk, flew into New York, https://www.independent.co.uk, with his right-hand man, Edoardo Molinari, to suss out the next Ryder Cup. Word quickly got out that the European captain was in town, so by the time the pair walked to the first tee the next day for their reconnaissance of Bethpage Black, https://www.independent.co.uk, a pack of around 24 grinning locals were waiting to greet them. On the first tee, from England, to much laughter, New Yorkers tend not to need microphones. The former world #1, captain of Team Europe, Luke Donald. It was the gentlest taste of what is to come. As if Donald needed reminding, the home fans won't be shy when the Ryder Cup begins on Friday, on a golf course 45 minutes outside Manhattan. Add in a steady stream of beer, some deep-seated sporting tribalism, and an edge of jingoism. Donald Trump will arrive on the opening day, multiplied across thousands of fans, and you start to paint a picture of what awaits Team Europe. Chris Wilson, 27 September 2025, 11:23. What is four balls? 2 players from each team pair up, but this time using their own ball. The lowest score from either player is used for the team's overall score for that hole. There are 4 four-balls matches in a session, the first on Friday afternoon and the second on Saturday afternoon. Chris Wilson, 27 September 2025, 11:17. What is foursomes? There are 4 foursomes matches in a session, the first on Friday morning and the second on Saturday morning. 2 players from each team pair up and play alternate shots using the same ball. The lowest score on each hole wins. The hole is halved if the scores are equal. Chris Wilson, 27 September 2025, 11:11. Scottie Scheffler must break a Ryder Cup curse to avoid becoming USA's next Tiger Woods. How do you explain it? The voodoo, the curse, the magic. What is it about the Ryder Cup /www.independent.co/topic/Ryder Cup that used to somehow make Ian Poulter /independent.co/Ryder Cup into one of the greatest golfers to ever live? Or, more pertinently given Friday's events at Bethpage Black, what is it about the Ryder Cup that somehow makes Scottie Scheffler, independent.co.uk/topic/Scottie Scheffler, no longer one of the greatest golfers to ever live? We will likely never know, and yet theories were abound on Long Island after another disastrous day of Ryder Cup golf, as Scheffler's worst nightmare played out again.